Hey guys, so I did a thing that is seemingly crazy and I actually cut and colored my own hair. So as you can see, it didn't turn out all that bad and I'm gonna take you guys on a journey back in time with me to show you how I did it. And I tend to do a lot of DIY hair stuff. I always color it myself since I color it dark. So I'll show you how I do that. I'll walk you through how I tend to typically do it. And just a quick disclaimer, don't try this at home if you don't know what to expect or if you're really a perfectionist. Like, I cut my own hair because I had no choice because my hairdresser is not available for like another month and my ends were really dead. So I've done it before and I kind of knew how to do it, what to expect. And so I'll walk you through how I did that, but I'm telling you, like, don't try it for the first time by yourself if you haven't done it before and if you're very picky, because there is a high chance that an oopsie may occur and you just have to be okay with it. I've had oopsies happen and, you just learn to live with it and style your hair in a way to hide it. And yeah, so all of that being said, let's go back in time and start from the beginning and I'll show you how everything was done. Hey guys, so I'm gonna give myself a little trim. I booked in with my hair lady, but she's not open until later this month and my hair is an absolute mop and it really needs a cutting. So I realize I'm doing this a little bit backwards and I should be coloring it first and then cutting it, but I want to color it while it's not fully clean so that it doesn't hurt my scalp as much, because you're supposed to color your hair when it's a little bit dirtier so that it doesn't irritate your scalp. And I've had a couple days between washes, so I'm gonna cut it first. And yeah, I have a lot of dead ends. Like, it's quite actually moppy and dry on the ends. I do feel like it's very dry. So I'm gonna just clean up my layers a little bit. I have done this before, so I'm not gonna take too much off. I'm just gonna probably take off about an inch or so, or wherever I feel like it's a little bit dead. And then once that's done, I'm gonna color it and I'll show you guys later which color I'm using. And I just use the drugstore brand. So yeah, I have quite a bit of gray hair as well. So yeah, those definitely need to be covered up. So I guess let's just get started. What I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna spray it all so it's a little bit damp. So I'm just gonna use a regular little sprayer. And this is the brush that I like to use. So I like something with a soft bristle. I don't like to use any metal or plastic bristles on my hair because it does contribute to breakage. Very soft bristles like this are the best. And I like to use this when I blow dry as well. If I use it on my damp hair is more prone to breakage. So I like to use this sort of brush to prevent further breakage. So I did actually remove the mats that I had in my bathroom so that they don't get hair all over them, and so it's easier to clean up. So it's just bare tiles right now. And I realized I should probably take my slippers off because I don't want to get them ruined. I don't want to get these guys ruined, so I'm just going to tuck them away and then we can get snipping. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to separate my hair. So right now it's damp. I'm just wearing a shirt that I don't really care about and I've already got a spot on it from when I was spraying all over the place. So I'm just going to separate it into the layers that I think I have. So these are the longest ones, so I'm just gonna kind of I don't really care to make it perfectly even. I'm sure that the line in the back, like the split in the back, is not perfect, and I don't care because when I have layers, everything kind of is more forgiving and balances itself out. So this is the length here that I'm gonna be snipping away at, and I think I'm gonna be taking off about an inch. So I'm just gonna go for it. This is the scissor set that I'm using. This I got on Amazon, so these are nice little regular scissors. It also comes with these, whatever you call these, little perforated scissors to kind of make it less full, but I like to keep my hair full so I don't really use them. It came with It came with 2 little clips as well, and then this little comb. So I'm gonna link that for you guys. I just got it on Amazon, and I use this to trim my own hair all the time since quarantine. So I'm gonna take off about 1 inch, but I like to cut it this way because when I cut it this way instead of this way, this is too blunt and you will see any imperfections. Going like this kind of makes it more natural looking. So that's just how I like to do it. Again, guys, I don't care about it being too precise because it's all layered. I know I'm taking off approximately the same amount off of each bunch of hair that I'm taking, and it's, you know what, it doesn't really matter. I can feel where the hair is dead, so I'm just kind of like cutting those bits off, and I just want it to be approximately on the same level. I don't care if it's exact or not, so whatever. So far it looks okay. When I get closer to my face, so like the back ones I keep fairly straight and I just go like this, but when I get closer to the areas like around my face, because I want it to have more of a curved shape, I just like to go like this way. So basically I take off a little bit more like where it's closer to my face. I'll show you on the next round. So that's pretty much it. Is it perfect? No, but it'll hold me over until I finally get to see my hairdresser, and it will stop my hair from breaking further because at least I took care of most of the split ends and cleaned it up a little bit, and as long as it's layered, it's fine. I'm not suggesting you guys do any of this at home, by the way. It's just a bit of fun, and I wanted to share my little haircut with you, but I've done it on myself a few times before, so I don't want to say I know what I'm doing, but I've done it before, so I'm comfortable with like what might happen. So definitely not recommending that you guys do this at home on your own. And now that the haircut's done, it's time for the color. So this is the color that we're going with. It's just whatever was on sale at the drugstore, and I usually go with like a soft black or a brownish black, and so this time I went with this Garnier color. It's called Soft Black. We're just gonna go with it. One thing I want to note is that I don't like using the L'Oreal Excellence or L'Oreal Preference color. It gives me hot roots when I color it at home. It makes my roots lighter than the rest of the hair. So I actually find that the cheapy Garnier does the job better. There's this one, and there's the one that comes in the orange box that just do a fine job, and they're actually cheaper. So I'm just gonna stay in this sweater because I don't really care. It's just my home shirt, and if it gets hair color on it, I don't really care. One thing I'm gonna do as well is I'm just gonna put jojoba oil around the perimeter of my face so that it doesn't stain as much. I usually put coconut oil, but I can't find it, so I'm just gonna use the jojoba. Okay, so we're gonna put the actual like color cream into the developer. So I like to start with my grayest area because I feel like the longer I leave the color on there, the better. So this is like my grayest patch over here. You can't really see because of the lighting, but I do have a lot of gray hair, trust me. So as I go, I'm gonna section it off like roughly a 1-inch space between sections, and I just work it into the root first, and then whatever I have left, I work down the hair shaft, but I leave my ends dry most of the time because they saturate the color really quickly. So if I ever put the color onto my ends, and because I'm using black, they end up being like pitch black. Also, my face is red here because off camera, I accidentally got a bit of hair in my face that had hair color on it, so I had to scrub it it away so that I don't have a black line on my face for the rest of the video. And Bernie is crying outside of the bathroom door because he wants to be a part of this, but we're gonna keep him safe outside in the safety zone. Once I get to the back, it's a little bit of a free-for-all, so I just have to feel my way through and put the hair dye where I think it belongs, as close to the root as I can and in as even of a fashion as I can. But I don't really care too much because I'm gonna work it all in like this anyway, so everything's gonna end up being even in the end and it'll be fine. So now that I think I've got all the roots, I'm just gonna go back in and do like a twice over just to make sure that I did get all the roots, and then I'll start working it further down the hair shaft. And I'm just gonna like quickly look around just to see if everything looks like it's been taken care of. Staining on your face will happen if you choose to color your hair at home. I've made peace with it. I try to like clean it up as much as I can, but I know for a fact my ears will come out black and I'm gonna have some stains on the back of my neck. It's just inevitable. Like, some staining will happen. So if you're gonna color your hair at home, you just have to be okay with some stains until like the second time you wash your hair. Now I'm all out and it's fine because I bought two. So if you have thick hair like me, it's always better to get two. You're not gonna use all two. Like, I never use all two, but I use probably about a third of the second one. And if my hair grows out long, I definitely always need to buy two. So you guys will notice that it's really saturated over here and then like medium saturated and then almost nothing on the ends. And I like it that way because, like I said, the ends are very, very porous. So they're gonna absorb the color very quickly. And if I put a lot on the ends, they're gonna come out darker than my roots. So I just kind of gradually blend it in. And I always put the color on my ends last. So right now I'm just sort of working it through and then I'm gonna clip it up atop my head and then we're gonna wait. So there we are, everything is clipped atop my head, and one last step before I get rid of the hair dye, I'm actually gonna put a little bit on my eyebrows. That's right, on my eyebrows, just for 10 minutes because it tints them and makes them match a little bit better. I'm gonna do it with a Q-tip. So I've applied it on my eyebrows. I know that seems crazy, but I'm pretty sure it's the same sort of hair dye that they use when they tint your eyebrows. I'm just gonna clean up these little stains all over the place and see if I can minimize them. So I have a little bit of a Spock vibe going on right now, and that's only while the hair dye is on. When I wash it off, it'll be fine. My scalp is gonna be a little bit stained. Look, it's part of the process of DIY hair dye. I'm fine with it. Yeah, it looks like it'll be fine. I hope. My face is so red and irritated now that I've been like rub-a-dub-dubbing it the whole time. But I don't want stains on my face. Okay, so according to this, it's 25 minutes for development, and if you have a lot of gray hair, which I feel like I do, you have to leave it on for 35. So I reckon I've had it on for about 5 minutes at least already. So I'm gonna deduct that from my time. I'm gonna put my timer for 30 minutes, but I'm gonna put a separate timer for my eyebrows for maybe like 5 more minutes. So we will regroup soon.
20 minutes later.
Okay, so the alarm went off, so it's time for me to rinse out my hair. I already rinsed off my eyebrows, so they're a little bit darker. And yeah, I'm gonna go rinse this out super quick.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
So here we are now after the haircut and the color, and I'm just gonna go ahead with my favorite handy round brush / fan and do a nice little blowout. pretty much it, and that blow dry only took me about 7 minutes. 5 to 7 minutes usually is what it takes me. It's still a little bit damp, but it's fine. I'm just gonna leave it and I'll let the rest air dry. Now, a couple of things. When I did wash the color out of my hair, you guys can see I don't have very much staining, and that's because I really tried to avoid it. There is like a little bit of stainage right here, but that's about it. And so I did put that jojoba oil, or you can use coconut oil, literally whatever. You can put Vaseline if you want to just protect the perimeter of your face, to protect it from staining. And like I did throughout the hair coloring, I just kept wiping away all of the residual hair color that landed on my face and on my neck and on my ears. I just have to keep wiping it away. And then when I washed it, so what I do when I wash it, obviously I didn't video myself washing it, but because I use a dark color and it will stain the tiles and the grout around the tub, I like to stay low. So I like crouch down quite low and I flip my hair and I wash it as close to the drain as possible with as little like splash as I can manage. And after that, I'll shampoo it once or twice. I always shampoo it when I color it, and I really make sure to scrub any areas where the color may have stained. And so I shampooed twice, and then I just went in with the conditioner just on my ends. I never ever put conditioner on my roots. I only ever put it on my ends, like from the mid of the hair shaft down. Putting conditioner on my roots, I find creates more buildup and weighs down my hair. So for my hair's own well-being, I never ever put conditioner on my roots. Also, it makes it way too soft if I put it on my roots, and then not manageable, very hard to style, and just like very fluffy, like I get random flyaways. So I don't know if that's the case for everyone, but for me, conditioner on my roots is a no-go. So that's pretty much it. I think I did a pretty decent job touching up my layers. I think they look all right. Maybe they're not 100% even, but they're fine. And all around, I think I did an okay DIY cutting and coloring job. My roots are actually really good. They're all super even and all my grays are gone. And yeah, I'm really happy with the way that the color turned out. So yeah, I hope this was helpful and fun, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.